That is local government. I felt so delighted. That's the kind of competition there should be. Two local governments fought long and hard. When NASA created a facility, they wanted to decide in whose jurisdiction that falls. They went up to high courts, I believe. The Federal Appellate Court, I don't know which court they went to figure out. That's the kind of competition we need between local governments. We need to make the citizen the center of the universe. It's not a big thing. It's happening everywhere in the world. It's happening in Britain, in America, in Mexico. In Mexico, almost every president, chairman of every mayor of a Mexico city is a potential president. The present mayor almost won the presidency. He lost by a narrow margin. The incumbent who recently visited the United States. I watched him addressing the US Congress some days ago. I don't know if he's still in the US or not. We're not asking for the moon. But this requires political engagement. Those people who say, politics, you and I are not in that league. That's the reason why we're all sitting here. But this message has to go loud and clear to everybody of Indian origin in the United States, the rest of the world, and back home in India. Politics is a noble endeavor. Politics is about changing all these things. But tell me, how are you going to change this without politics? Directly or indirectly without impacting politics? By sitting back and doing a japam? How can you do it? You have to be political in the best sense of the term. The way Mahatma Gandhi was political. The way Nelson Mandela was political. The way Aung San Suu Kyi is political. The way we all celebrate Barack Obama beyond parties, doesn't matter which party. That he actually brought millions of people onto the streets. That he actually brought them to the polling booths. That he gave a sense of confidence. Of course, delivery is much harder. I know only too well. Well before Barack Obama was anywhere in public office, I knew that very well. I know that very well now too. Because delivery doesn't happen because of one hero. It happens because of a whole system, because of a whole people. Because of a large number of players in many tiers. But politics is that. Politics is not about spending 25 crore rupees to buy the vote and then lamenting that I lost the election. Or after getting the election, working like a beaver to make 100 crores. It's not an impossible ambition. It's a very simple ambition. Agriculture. Whether it's Telangana, Rayalaseema, Coastal Andhra. Behind all this agony is the distress in the rural India. Behind all this agony is over-concentration of capital and political power in a few places. The chief minister has become a Maharaja. The people have become inconsequential. The local leaders have become irrelevant. And for a tiny job of 3,000 rupees with no skills, people are forced to migrate to Bengaluru or Chennai or Hyderabad or Mumbai. I don't even know how these people are living at 3,000 rupees per month. There are answers. Urban amenities in rural areas. Abdul Kalam has been saying it for long. My friend Indrasen has been the author of this concept. Lok Sabha has been advocating, for heaven's sake, let's build 500,000 cities in Andhra Pradesh. Each one is 50,000 or so population. Not that we force people to come there, but we create magnets there. It costs about 50 to 60 crore per city like that in Andhra Pradesh. In all of India, we probably require about 4 to 5,000 such cities. What's the cost? It comes to about 5,000 multiplied by about 50. 250,000 crore rupees. That is 60 billion US dollars. Peanuts. For a period of 5 years for India, 60 billion US dollars is peanuts. Instead, we have a McKinsey report which says we have to invest 1.2 trillion US dollars in the big cities of India in the next 10 years. That we will not accept. 20 times more money, 20 times more commissions. There are simple answers. Indian people are crying out aloud for them. And that's what politics is about. There's a lot at stake. All of us are committed to India. Forget parties and politics. Vijay always complains that, you don't at all sell Lok Sabha party. I keep telling him, Lok Sabha is merely a vehicle. If some other vehicle is better, we'll use that. What matters is transformation of India. In front of our eyes, not within the next 100 years, 200 years, but in the next 10 years, at the most, the country shall be transformed. A delegation of European Parliament came to Hyderabad the other day, 15, 16 of them. They met me. Some of them were former ministers in various countries. They represented about 10, 12 countries. So they were describing the problems of their own countries, and the language is roughly similar to ours. They all have the same problems. They said, don't worry, your country too will improve these problems. And they said, right, 100 years ago we were bad. James, I think the name is Mr. Watson, not James Watson, but Mr. Watson, I forget what Watson. He was actually leader of the delegation, a Liberal Democrat from Britain, by the way. So he was telling me, I said, Mr. Watson, the issue is, we do not have 100 years. We had the luxury of 100 years to set things right. We need to do it in 10 years. That's the challenge. The only challenge is, we have to do it fast. Because we are at the cusp of history. Never before in human history were growth rates of the kind that we are witnessing today possible. 10%, 9% growth rate, unprecedented. We saw post-Second World War phenomena. Large countries like China and India really zooming ahead at 8-9% was unthinkable, it was unbelievable earlier. Today, luckily, in a large measure because of this great country and its innovation and technology, because we've all learned what it means to really give choice and to promote competition, to give freedom, to celebrate liberty and encourage innovation, and therefore enhance prosperity. Much of the world has understood that. Therefore, we can now do things much, much faster relative to what happened in those days. In those days, if 20 years delay was there in a country's transformation, nothing much happened. Agrarian economy, stagnant economy, some more suffering for people, but nothing more. But today, 10 years means we're gone. That's why it's important to change now, quickly. We have an opportunity as now before. For that to happen, we have to set our politics right. Gopal was telling me, friends who are very well-meaning are saying, the message of corruption is not reaching the people adequately, we must focus on development. This is about development. This is about the future of the country. But this cannot be divorced from depredation of India, from the plunder of India. Because if there is no development, on the other side there is plunder. Absence of development and perpetuation of poverty, they go with plunder. Buying the vote, distributing liquor, they go with plunder. Offering freebies like free rice, free power, free color television, free something else, just name it, it's free. There was actually a debate in the assembly the other day about free marriage. There was actually a debate. I'm not exaggerating. There's actually a program. There is actually a program. So they were saying now 15,000 rupees, we're putting another 10,000 rupees, 25,000 rupees per wedding, we're giving the money. It's not enough, you must do something more. You must also give a house to them when they get married. You must do something. This discussion happened in the assembly. It happened. That's the stage we have come to. We have reduced our people to mendicancy. We have to change that. That's why an issue of plunder and political corruption and political culture, they are central to the way we transform our country. These cannot be delinked. But it's all ultimately about fulfilling the human potential, giving everybody a chance, an opportunity. Most of us here, we're not from wealthy families with enormous resources. Most of us had a sense of pride because we came from middle class or low middle class families. Our parents worked very hard. Our teachers gave us a chance. And you have given a lot to it. Your passion, your determination,